It is 8:03. Do you know where your toys are? I got mine right here. Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Yimbo, and welcome back to my channel, Yimbo Reviews Everything. And this is my Sunday night podcast where we talk about life and toys as I deal with the clutter of toys around me. So let's get to the life stuff out of the way. I was hit hard this week with allergies or something. I don't know. I was fighting something. I felt like I could not keep my eyes open. Part of me is attributing it to either the heavy rainfall. I think that kicks up the pollen. And I've never been one that like suffered from allergies, but I was getting like headaches behind my eyes, and then I felt like I couldn't stay awake. The other thing is that I guess as I take another step into older age, that my body just does not recover from like throwing off my circadian rhythm. So spring break was not the. I mean, it's already now removed, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. It has to be have been the allergies. It just I wanted to curl up in a fetal position and just sleep, and I was like, anytime I could close my eyes, I was closing my eyes. I still managed to get out daily shorts. I didn't have one today, but that's okay because I was going to be hanging out with all of you guys this evening. So yeah, that's been, I'm cranking stuff as best as I can, getting through this toy stack that I have, and just having a blast. Again, enjoying the stuff that I have. And that's still the message of me and the toy daddies. And it's, fortunately, with the tariff situation, we're not looking at the massive, ridiculous hike, although I know Amazon, there was some goofiness with the Maximum Hulk jumping up to like $82, which by no means is worth that whatsoever. But that returned to normal this afternoon. So, I keep an eye on some stuff, but, otherwise, I was kind of out of the loop. This was this was the weekend, not today, not that it was, I got to really celebrate it hard, but yeah, this was my birthday weekend celebration. So, it was great. Yesterday, I took the family to Legoland's, and that was really nice because we got to go with my parents and my sister and my brother-in-law and my nieces and obviously my wife and kids. And it was just a really nice day. Like Legoland, I got to tell you, like we went to the one in New York, and it's perfect for ages. So my kids were 4 last year going, almost 5, and now my kids are 5, almost 6. That'll be next month. And it's, I would say, perfect ages, maybe 5 to 11. Like if my kids were on the younger end of 4, might not have been quite. I don't. What's nice about it for my fellow toy parents out there is that Legoland is geared towards younger kids. So it's not like what I compared it to talking to my dad is, growing up, we would go to Great Adventure. And I remember being at the age where, I wasn't meeting the maximum height requirements for a lot of the cool rides like Great American Scream Machine and all that type of stuff. So Great Adventures is massive, but I felt like there was so much walking with my tiny little legs to get to the next ride I would be able to ride, whereas this whole park is geared towards that age group. So, there's still a couple of rides that have the height, but my kids basically hit everything, I'm pretty sure. Just about. There might have been one that they weren't able to go on. Maybe just one. But yeah, so it's a really cool park for kids. I did take some more footage. I made a reel of our trip last year, and this time we took like without trying to feel like we had to see everything because we had gone last year. It was really mellow. It was so nice. It was also overcast all day, well, in the morning, and it was raining, like kind of poured on a ride up. So I pushed through. My mom was like, "Are you sure you still want to go?" I was like, "Yeah, we're going. We're going." Um, and I don't know about you guys, but like planning trips to a theme park around like an overcast day is kind of the best, because if the weather does work out, which it did, like it was a gorgeous day yesterday, outside of that initial rain, it kind of scares away the majority of people. So like there were no lines. Just about, I can't do lines. No Chewing knows that firsthand. Toy Father, like, and the Sentinel, like any of my con buddies that we've gone to New York or San Diego with, like I can't wait in lines. I get too antsy, agitated. That's not how, again, no knock. It's just, this is how my brain works. Like I just have such trouble standing in line. I just can't. So it was really great that we were able to just kind of cook throughout the entire place, and yeah, it was awesome. So today it wasn't like it wasn't really like a full blown weekend celebration, because today my wife went to go help my mother in law, her mom, do some stuff down there, and I ended up my lawn. The grass had gotten so long on me, so I had to do yard work. I had to clear out my shed, take out the fur, like all the homeowner stuff. So for those fellow homeowners out there, you know how it is. So yeah, I was basically doing manual labor from 8 a.m. until 2:30. I am shot. And then there was no rest for the weary, because then my son had a birthday party at a local bowling alley, so he got to play more laser tag and do arcade stuff. So again, he had a blast. That's what it's all about for me at this point of life. That's where I derive my joy, is seeing my kids, seeing the people around me have a good time, but especially like making sure my kids are having an awesome childhood and those experiences. So it just was a little, if I may selfishly say, I was just a little sick because I didn't have the energy. I haven't had the energy to have like a toy moment this weekend. I did unbox, because we are going to talk toys tonight, of course. Kazar, I got him after initially passing on that whole wave. There's no way I'm going to make Zabu, even though that figure looks incredible. Maybe I'll track him down and pay an aftermarket if I really want him. But Kazar, I just thought, again, like in terms of pre-tariff price increases, he was always somebody I was interested in. And, he has the potential. Not that I'm a big customizer, but there's that potential for it. But he's also like a really cool looking human barbarian-esque warrior. So, like once I do start getting back into more mythic shots, jungle-themed things, maybe fight my Hammond T-Rex. So yeah, I was very interested in him. So he was always somebody from that line I wanted. So yeah, I did have a moment with him this week. But two other toys that I've been like dying to get to, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do like a review video, because I've been kind of on pause with those until my summer hits. I do want to get back into long form videos for sure. It's just that, again, we're just trying to take care of everything I need to take care of in my life. And, it's been nice to see a little bit of like a reward and boost, and maybe some new people here in the chat tonight, and some new names that have been popping in here and there. So between, the Toy Pick community and what we're doing over there with the Toy Daddies, and over here, we are in kind of like a shorts mode, because it's our time. Gosh darn it, it's our time. So I have Berserker. So I'm keeping them. I had posted a short and a reel questioning, is this silly? But I'm keeping them, because I did read all 12 issues last week. I forget when I talked about that recently. Was it Monday? I don't even know anymore. So I did read Berserker. And then another one, and I think I showed this off on the Toy Pick, but on our top 10, this mafex 2-pack. I always wanted it. I have the Superman, which I had to go back and look. And he's over there. I did bring him downstairs today. So that was one of my favorite figures from 2022. He and Buzz Lightyear from SHF were like my top two of that year. And he's been up on the shelf, just being super swole and handsome as ever. And but that's it. He's just been living on my shelf. So it was, the Superman trailer coming out, and just with, again, needing that hopefulness and that level of morality. I just feel like doing good for goodness sake. I don't know. I'm very much in I told you, Superman Cap mode these days, and taking him off and posing him up, like, I am so excited. So I messed with him. Same deal. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a full-blown review, but tomorrow night on the Toy Pick Community Top 10, we're continuing our pose-offs. Last week, I thank you guys again for anybody that was hanging out with us or caught the replay. We had a lot of it. We've been having so much fun playing and posing our toys. Star Wars, as we realized, I think Chris pointed out very, very early on into the session, was that Star Wars figures just like, or even from movies and shows still, it's a lot of standing around. So it wasn't necessarily our most exciting compared to the SHF, the Maximum Spidey, of course. That whole like Spider-Man night was such a blast. So Star Wars, I feel like, didn't give us the really good inspiration for posing, because even with a lightsaber, it's just like womp womp, like there's not a lot to it. So we're super fired up for Batman. But time for our, what do I every week it's time for it's time for attendance, but it's never mandated. I'm just so happy you're here. It is a very much appreciated attendance roll call. So here we go. Ray Paz, happy Sunday, Yimbo and the Yimbros. Yeah, I checked in early. Hopefully make it to the live. If not, replay crew, appreciate it, Ray. Hope everyone's having a great weekend, and we'll have a great rest of the week. Mwah! I love that. Thank you, Ray. Here we go. Josh Brown. I have a name for Josh Brown's Utopia. That's the theme of this evening's show. And I'm just being a goofball. I'm just being a goofball. Because there was a lot of stuff that really made me angry this week. Not going to lie. Obviously, one of the big things was the Super 7 news of their action figure department. That really got me upset. And yesterday, like, it breaks my heart, and I don't want to lose the smile. But yesterday, we also got news now of Diamond Select. And it's not that this particular one, Super 7, tariff related. Diamond Select, not tariff related, but it led to a lot of people losing their jobs, including friend of the show, the first guy that ever made me feel like a quote-unquote toy professional, Zach Oat. So I wish Zach and everybody affected by the layoffs over at Diamond Select with this new merger and acquisition, I hope everybody gets to bounce back. It's incredibly upsetting. Zach, we've spoken to like all over, so many times on here, between here and the top 10. And he's an amazing and incredibly knowledgeable guy. And it's just a lot of good people being affected by business decisions and the such. So yeah, and that's why our theme of tonight's show is going to be, let's build a utopia together. Like we talk about it in terms of Yimbonia, but I would also love for you guys out there to come with your own ideas and maybe kickstart your own little stuff, because that's right, this is an assignment I once gave to 7th grade students who were reading The Giver by Lois Lowry. So I don't know if you've ever read The Giver. The movie is garbage. So do not recommend watching that movie, even though I was so hyped for it for so long, and I love Jeff Bridges. but that was not a good movie whatsoever. The book is awesome, and yeah, we're gonna be talking about that tonight. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make anybody write a 4-page paper. I don't know if you caught that at the end there. This is gonna just be for conversation and chat purposes, but I don't know. Just again, I think it'll be nice to get those things. It's not. This is not. I know this is the me show, but it's not the me show. This is all of us getting to share our ideas and build a better world. You know, whether it's just I hope I feel like that's what we're doing here. We try to make everybody's day a little bit brighter, a little bit better. So Josh Brown, thanks for being here, buddy. Wyatt Smith, how you doing? Copper State Collectibles. You already have a built-in name right there with Copper State, right? I think that would work very well. Jamie Lynn Parks, how you doing, man? Utopia, what's up, buddy boy? Trix Blast Creations. We have Guy Jin. Hello. Happy Sunday. Cal the Collector's in the house. What's going on, Carlos? He has a great name too, which I'm gonna have to get to in a second. Messy Photography. What's going on in McKinney? We got Ender Shadow. What's going on, Ruben Bro? Guy Jin. Allergies are evil. I know, man. I know, and it's like I said, like I'm not getting any younger, and I never got hit with it. My dad has always had to take, allergy meds for, cats and dogs, but also seasonal allergies. My son has to take, allergy meds at night to help ward off, all of the pollens and the things. But yeah, like even not as bad tonight, but just, it was the drip. It was your, but I'm not trying to gross you out with it. And now, Machu Toy. I'm going to try to be good about remembering to use everybody's, the names we select on here instead of our government-issued names. Machu, my friends. Dude, as always, it is never expected, but truly always appreciated. Thank you so much, man. Wish I got to see my toy friends this weekend, too. That would have been a nice cap to everything. You know who reached out was Agent Gomez, and I'm glad he must have reached out to you guys too, because Agent Gomez hit me up. He is a West Coast guy, if you don't know. I'm going to throw up that second camera for a second. Nope, that didn't work. Wait a minute. There we go. So Agent Gomez hit me up. He was on the East Coast for a wedding. And it was a super, super fast turnaround. And he was looking to meet up. And just because I was at Legoland, when I saw it in the morning, I was like, oh, dude, I'm not going to be around. But he did get to meet up with the Sentinels, so Machu and Jay Shot, over at the Tribal Chief, Chubsy Wubsy. So that was really awesome to see. Love friends getting together. That was awesome, man. So Machu, thank you again, my friends. Allison Troy, greetings. Happy Sunday evening. Got Messy saying, hi to everybody. Appreciate your raid pass. Thank you, buddy. There's that tickle. That's what I've been fighting. I'm telling you, it started Sunday night. And you guys remember, if if you were hanging out, a lot of you names, obviously, we were hanging out last Sunday. And I did go longer than I'd planned, but of course, that's always a good thing. And I had I was running out of voice, but then it just progressively, all of the other things started compiling. But yes, so thank you, Ray Pass. Appreciate you, man. Happy 21st. Yeah, look, I trimmed the beard down, so it's not quite as gray bush. try to, I don't know, I just wanted to trim it down, that's all. We got Grumps in the house. Thank you so much, Grumps. Appreciate you, dude. And for our citizens of Yumbonia, last week one of my plans was to film my next State of the Union. So I hate that I'm pushing, I haven't had a good set date. My original goal was start of the month, and then I got to the middle of the month last month, and now where are we in the 20? So I got to find a good day of the month. Should the citizen be named as, so either way, we need a May one. So I'm going to be doing that this week, top priority. So again, it's easier on me to, there's not a lot editing for our citizen, our official, YouTube citizens of Yumbonia, although we all are citizens of Yumbonia just by being here and catching the replays. But for my official, that inner chamber, I like to do the State of the Yumbonia addresses, where it's just me kind of rambling about, all the stuff that I try not to talk about too extensively on here. So, yeah, I got one coming, and I got to name a new Citizen of the Month. So, Clintastic 4 still has the title as of right now. Jamie Lynn, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you, Gaijin. Oh, man. Thank you, Messi. Devin Steers in the house. Happy Sunday, and appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Rel Collects. Happy Sunday, man. Thank you. And again, start thinking of a name for what's a good city name for Rel. We all need to come up with something. NYC Figure Fanatic, what's going on, dude? Thank you for being here. Ooh. Grumps, thank you so much. How does this work? I never know how this works. Do I have to pick them? I don't know. Or do they just magically pop up? But, hold on. I do have... Now, keep in mind, I do know... Shartimus was doing this little shtick during his Street Humans. But yeah, I think this is going to be my thing now. So, love you, Shartimus. Just say, it's not being, the gimmick's not being used. So it's kind of like when Kevin Owens started doing the Stone Cold Stunner. So here we go. Boom! We got five memberships coming. I do not know how this works. I should have asked No Chewing and Toy Father in terms of, is it a selection? Does it randomly get assigned? It's so exciting. Thank you so much, Grumps. Jukebox Hero. Thank you, man. Appreciate you being here. Yes, it was a good time, dude. I'm telling you. And keep an eye out, because there's, even right now, I'm not sure when the official season starts. But and I want to say it's maybe half the price right now, just for the record. So, yeah, if you're in the, if this is it, I know for you, NYC Figure Fanatic, it's an affordable day. I'm not saying it's nothing. But in terms of things to do with your kid, it's not one of the worst options out there, and you do get a lot of a lot of bang for your buck. Let's see. K-Max here. Hello, Yumbonians of Yumbonia. What's going on, K-Mac? Thank you, sir, for being here. NYC went a couple weeks ago. Oh, and it was terrible. No! Dude, you gotta get... I'm telling you. Those overcast days are the best. That stinks. But still, 45 minutes compared to... my wife even joked just now. She's like, man, because we haven't done Disney. I haven't done Disney since I've been a kid. My kids are now, they've technically always been, I guess, of age to go. But this is, they're going to be 6 now. It's definitely be of age where those memories are really going to solidify and stick. So it's on our life plan. But yeah, it's just another thing to budget for and to figure out and all of that stuff. So one day, like I said, my parents only got me there one time growing up, and it was great, and I remember it very well. But yeah, we're not gonna do well in those lines. I won't do well. And she's like, yeah, we were kids. She's like, they'll spat. But one day. But so 45 minutes. That stinks, but it's still not Disney lines, I guess. Gatey's Toys. Hey, there we go. You're in the hat. There you go, in the officials. You get to check out that updated State of Yumbonia this week. Man, Beast Boy. All right, sounds good, my man. Ooh, we got Cody. Too much new toys, Cody. That just came to me. Do you like that? That sounded pretty good. No. Cody, just so you guys know, over on Too Much New Toys, he has, speaking of Super 7, has posted the review of the 2003 Turtles. And actually, I really loved on his story post right now. Rather than pull it up, I'm just going to share he goes, lots of conflicting thoughts on these Super 7 2003 Turtles. They are amazing and frustrating at the same time. Make me smile to look at, but a pain to pose. They look kind of awful, but also show accurate and amazing. I don't regret them, and I am glad to have them. I love that, Cody, because that's how I feel about so many different toys. And it's the same reason, again, I will never dump on action figures. First of all, I don't want to hate on stuff that I buy because I want to enjoy the things I spend my money on. And yeah, I don't know, toys are still toys. They should always have a level of fun. Oh, this tickle. The tickle. So anyway, I haven't got to check it out yet. I'm excited to see Cody's work, just like I am with everything that he does. He's the best. So please make sure you go check him out. It would be something to give you a watch after tonight's stream. Apper Toys here. Kazar could be a custom He-Man. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of potential for there's a lot of potential. That's just it. There's just a lot of potential. The Mo2 Revelations He-Man. I bought all of those. My son, I was just talking about them the other day. My son plays with them now. He has all of them. I still have the anniversary, classic head sculpt on that updated body. I never took it out of the box. I ended up passing on the Skeletor. I was tempted. I know there's a Walmart exclusive. I think he's probably still up there. I'm not crazy. And it sounds silly because I think this guy has the waist swivel. Yeah, this guy has a waist swivel. Our Legends with crunches and a waist swivel. But the thing about the Mo2 figures is it's kind of like going back to early McFarlane days where every single one needed a torso mod to get any level of crunch. Those Mo2 figures, they look great. Again, a blast to have. My son loves playing with them. From what I enjoy with action figures and the fidgety posing of them, I just never got them to do the stuff that I wanted them to do. I never had as much fun. So once the nostalgia and even excitement for the Netflix show kind of dwindled, I stopped picking them up, because ultimately they need a double barbell. They need a double barbell waist for sure. But yeah, going back to Apertoy, absolutely. This could be my Legends He-Man. I'll just go steal his Sword of Eternia, right? There we go. Great pass, Andy. Guy Jim, what do you think about the mafex Berserker reveal? So it's always the case, right? So I finally I read the book, and I have, first of all, I highly recommend it. Then I did a little deep dive because there's stuff that's confusing in it, for sure. I ended up catching an interview that Keanu Reeves did with, it's a big comic YouTube channel, and I forget what it is now. Let me look at my history real quick, my YouTube history, because I do want to share in case you're curious. It was a very short interview. Let's see. I'm sorry, this is not. Oh, Variant Comics? No, maybe. It might have been Variant Comics. So I think that's the channel. Anyway, they had an interview with Keanu about the future of Berserker. And I've been looking for some explanation of things that happened in the comic. But that's what's kind of cool about it, is that it leaves a lot of things. It tells a complete story. So 12 issues. It tells a full story that you can walk away from. If you never revisit it, you could be done. You're still going to have questions. Some stuff is left, open to interpretation, which I don't mind. I was looking up, I was trying to find people's interpretations of the explanations. There's some Reddit conversations and stuff like that. And I'd like to think that I'm not a dummy. I don't think I misinterpreted stuff. It was just interesting. So anyway, Keanu had some really great points in there. And one of the things that I didn't realize he was going for was really the idea of perception. And this is something that like I've talked about here, like everything's how you perceive it, and like just because I perceive something some way doesn't mean someone else is going to perceive it the same way. And it was the idea of the protector, how like Berserker, if I give you the little quick rundown, he's 80,000 years old, and he was born to a tribe who was being raided constantly. Every time they would rebuild, they would get raided again. And it was like this endless cycle, and they couldn't handle this anymore. So this couple goes, and the wife asks the gods for a gift to protect them. And she ends up basically becoming magically impregnated, having this child, and the kid grew incredibly fast. Incredibly fast. And I just noticed something that I got to jump down for a second. So hang on. J-Shot. I love you, man. That was I did not want to leave that hanging as I just noticed it before I get back to my Berserker talk. Thank you so much, J-Shot. That means a lot. Again, my Sentinel brothers, thank you. I love you. Thank you, man. And we do got to get together. We got to get together. Got to get the kids together. Got to get something for the table, the gabagool. All right. You're the best, J-Shot. Oh, I love you guys. Look at the cheeks. You got me all smiling. Okay. So 80,000 years old. Mother asks for a gift from the gods. Becomes impregnated. Again, just magically. And has this child who then grows incredibly fast. Like super, super fast. They discover early on that this kid has regenerative abilities. And then once hits adolescence, ends up like joining the tribe in defense of like a raid. And you learn about Berserker mode. And that's where you could see on the main, there we go. The main face plate, he has blue eyes, and he's got blue eyes on one of the other faces too. So he gets into this Berserker mode. The character goes by B. It's not actually Berserk, I guess. He just goes by B. And yeah, it's really rad. So Keanu wanted to make us think about how we have a protector, like you can view somebody as a protector, but at the same flip side, this guy is like tearing through. Like it is super graphic and gory. Like it is incredibly gory as a comic book. He's ripping, like, this is why, and I noticed this. So it has a ripped off arm. It's the same one that came with King Shark. Right? King Shark? From Suicide Squad. It's the same, but like different repaint. So I have a couple, and I also have the arm from Samuel Jackson's character from Jurassic Park. So he's a character that is ripping off limbs, tearing people in half, and will just, like, some of those head sculpts make sense because he'll, like, just, I don't spoil it. It's just like he will throw himself, very Deadpool-esque, right? So, super interesting, highly recommend it, leaves you with some questions. Keanu didn't give, like, it just, you could tell that he has this, like, cool relationship with, like, again, understanding religion and science and how these all things intertwine and interconnect. So, it makes sense with his roles. They asked him about, like, what blend of characters would be considered, because obviously it's a huge influence of, like, Keanu himself in the design. And he couldn't answer the question, but definitely, like, there's Neo vibes in there. Maybe a little Constantine. Yeah, it's just cool. It's a really good read. So it's something to check out for sure. All right. Going back to everybody. My bad. Here we go. Ooh, more figs in there. There we go. So Gaijin. It was so funny that I found him based on the whole, like, Sir Dork review. He looked loaded up. Caught my attention. For me, I still never have, like, the most fun posing and playing with McFarlane toy, but so many accessories. I'm like, and then I fell in love with them. And then literally they announce this mafex. But Machu made a valid point. He's like, you're not going to see it for 2 years, so just open McFarlane. So maybe that's what we'll do tonight. We could do that. So more figs. What's going on, dude? Sath Amateur Hour's in the house. Chamberlain Park says, man, you got to use your creativity. There are plenty of cool poses that you could get Star Wars characters into. I know. We had fun doing it for sure. Like I was trying to do that. We ended up sticking more with like the bounty hunter type character. At least I did for my posing. You're right. I could have. We were just having. It was just like one of those nights. We were just having fun. I mean, we always tried to do that here, but yeah, posing wise, we didn't really push our like creativity to the max per se. But that's also been why like I haven't touched those figures in like 3 years probably. I like that, Chewy. Yes, hug that like button if you can, everybody, while you're here. Butt joke incoming. Josh Brown with the small soldier head sculpt. Ooh. Allison Troy. Diamond's Select have been slowly sliding into doom. I can't imagine the tariffs helped. I mean, they've been going through this whole bankruptcy situation. This has been, this has been a slow decline, unfortunately. The bummer is just that, like, I don't know. Again, from a corporate standpoint, like the total cleaning house. I can understand the perspective of both. If you're taking over and you want to now re-inject new life and new direction into it, but on the other hand, like just getting rid of people that have been loyal to a company and doing doing nice work, like I'm not there personally, but talking to Zach, like speaking of Zach Holt in particular, guy hustles, he's the man. So I don't know, to show zero loyalty to everybody, that's a bummer. Ugh. Sorry, man. Oof. All right. So Apertoy, it was not so much a merger. They were bought out by the company that owns Party City, and Cody said maybe NECA too. It's all Bleeding Cool. Bleeding Cool had the whole article. Gatey's Toys, don't worry, I'm not giving you homework. No worries. I only read A Summer to Die by Lois Lowry. Ooh. Cal the Collector, I'm shooting my mafex Superman revisiting this amazing fig. There you go. KJ Smith's in the house of Barely and Highly Posable. What's going on, man? Allergies make me look like the characters that had their faces melted off in Indiana Jones. I know, that's something. Oh, it's like, I wish I had my tissues here. Thank you, KJ. Thank you, Cal. Savage Saint, what's going on, man? Happy Sunday. Appreciate you, NYC. It is. It's like that tickle. That's why I'm like down. I already finished my. I usually have 2 glasses of water ready to go. I'm basically down one already because it just feels dry. It's annoying. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate you. Let's see. He's gonna snap, just like the half of your bony was gone. Never. Rel collects. Thank you so much, dude. Ray Paz, his playing model behavior uses a Godzilla bank. It hands. Its hand comes out to grab a coin. Very nice. And yes, the pew pew of the Laserverse for sure. But again, that's like we gotta have something a little special here for Sunday nights and a little something special for Mondays. TJ Williams is here. What's going on, dude? Thank you for being here. And so is Side 9. Thank you for joining. Let's see. Have you read the other issues? They've written more than 12. I've seen that. So not yet. And what's really interesting, because I started, doing the little Wikipedia. I'm acknowledging it. Of what else? What are the other ones? I didn't read the plot lines, but just to see what else was published. And yeah, like the guy's been around for 80,000 years, so they can go anywhere. It's just telling stories throughout his lifetime. So I think Bloodlines is one, if I'm not mistaken. I have to pick up some of these other ones for sure. Henrock 112, how you doing, Henrock? What's going on, man? You got to read Berserker. Oh yeah, there it is, Bloodlines. All right, thank you, Cody. And again, love you, John. Jay. See, I'm trying to use our names. I know, too much new toys. Darth Primus, thank you so much, buddy. Chewy says, I suppose there's a lack of competitiveness to our Star Wars night. Fair. So this week, like of course we're gonna send the link out to our sentinels. I mean, Machu, I hope you are able to like even just for a little bit. I know Chewy got under your skin last time. No, let's not harm any mafex figures. If you want to go into it competition free, we can. If you want to make it a competition, we could do that too, just so it's all on the table. But we'd love to have you guys for Batman. On the 26th, next week, we have Robo joining, and we haven't pitched it to him yet, but we're thinking Transformers for Robo. That could be a cool like little post session with Robo don't know. So we'll see. And yes, add something. What is? Let me find out. I had this all Googled on reading up on it. It's just sad, man. Yeah, it's not. I closed the tab. Yeah, and I know. That's like there are things, like I'll tell you right now, private equity firms will not be in Yambonia. Like that is a thing. Nope. That's part of my utopia is that garbage does not exist. No thank you. There it is. Ad populum. Thank you, Josh. Grum said, did you see Machu's super chat earlier? I did. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys. Oh, again, I appreciate you. Lone Wolf Labs doing a little sketching for a special project in Yambonia this evening. Woohoo! Kev, that's awesome, man. I'm so excited. Ah, that's going to be so great. Oh, my. Woo. All right. So, for fun, this is, again, here we go. I'm not having us go super deep into this, but I do think it's fun if you guys, like, again, I've had a blast creating Yambonia and having this expanded lore where, don't worry, everybody, again, you see the droids. The droids they're playing games here. They're not just they're working. They're not just working. They're not working. See, you're going to catch my words now. They're playing the games. All right? They're having fun. They live here. They're having a good time. Everybody's having a blast. All right? It's where mutants and droids and superhumans and human beings can all come together in peace. That's what Yambonia is all about. So, yeah, what kind of, like, in a perfect world, because again, like, it's a utopia. Like, what I would always teach is the fact that, and again, the kids would come to this conclusion. I try to make them critical thinkers, but they would realize that everybody has a different opinion as to what would be perfection to them, right? So for me, again, goes back down to the golden rule, all right? So understanding, and I feel like some core values of Yambonia. So treating others the way you want to be treated. But then you also have to have a core belief that everyone has the capacity for good. And that can be hard sometimes. There could be people that really push that envelope. I've said this to classes in the past, and they're like, well, what about serial killers? I'm like, okay. I'm saying everybody has the capacity for good. I took that from Anne Frank. So Anne Frank, I would teach the Diary of Anne Frank, the play version, for many years. And her quote is, in spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart. And for this 12-year-old to be in hiding for 2 years, to see and then live through everything that she did in her short time here on Earth, and to still hold that and maintain that, it's something that I think that, seeing my children grow up and seeing the good in everyone around them. Now, we do lose our innocence, going back to Little Outsiders. We lose our gold, like nothing gold can stay. And we do get jaded in a sense. We become a little bit more, and it's the same, again, being a parent, like less trusting and all of the things, right? But so much of what I've realized in my lifetime, especially in the last 10 years, is in the various conversations I've had where I've challenged people's thinking on, especially when it comes to like stereotypes. A lot of people generate them based on like a singular interaction. So like my wish for people, and that's where like I won't lash back out, like I posted a reel in support of the action figure department of Super 7. And the main goal was to just hopefully get these people hired by a company. And again, I in my small little platform, just do my part to maybe catch someone's eye, right? That there's an instant team you can scoop up and they have all of those years of experience. And, you know, like, again, the outpouring of support for them was wonderful. Then you had, you know, some comments question, well, Super 7 has been blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, you know, at the end of the day, that team still was answering to people, you know, like I would like to see what they would do maybe with some certain restrictions. We've said that about the Marvel Legends team all the time, right? Like everybody has a boss above them, right? Like that's going to impose whatever restrictions, caps, ceilings. So it'd be super interesting. So like, again, taking out the fact that like, sure, not in my eyes, not every Super 7 figure I've had in has been my favorite by any means. However, they have fans. They have people that do love every single release, and who am I to dump on them, right? Like that's not my place. So taking that argument out, and then, you know, like there are a couple, you know, name call. You know, I got called a clown, and you know, of course, I'm a human being. So the first thing I wanted to come back, and it's like, all right, like you battle of wits. Let's bring it up. Like no, like that's not how I want the world to be. That's not how I want our online interactions to be with each other. Again, I feel like too many people are so quick to type something out and try to dunk on someone. So yeah, like I know I'm not a clown. The whole thing was in support of people, and the fact that the tariffs directly caused Super 7's demise of their action figure department. That was it. That was the death blow to their whole division. Like that's not negotiable. Then, oh, you know, because like I said, it's a tax on consumers. Walmart is already doing it. Like where Walmart literally had to be like told, you better not raise the price, you know, like don't pass that on to the consumers. You've made billions of dollars. And that's what I'm saying. Like, hello, that's why this was not a good plan, because I don't trust corporations not to then raise those prices, and in some places keep them raised, yada, yada, yada. So I don't want to get into the whole thing. That's why I wanted to focus on us creating our own perfect world, perfect space. But yeah, it starts with, I feel like, our interactions with people. I think that people, again, going back to core values of Imbonia, that people have the capacity for good, and that my hope for everyone is that they have their moment of enlightening where they realize that people are people, and that maybe that one interaction, that one moment in time is not enough to, again, pass that perspective on to everybody of different groups, different everything. So I hope we could do it, guys. That's my whole point. Kiwi Collector. There we go. What's going on, Kiwi? How you doing, man? Grumps. I'm currently fighting with Pop Mart's site so I can order my daughter some Labubu figures at 10 p.m. All right. I keep hearing about these Labubu figures. I saw some at a convenience store when I was getting an energy drink last week. I didn't pick up the box. I was like, no, I feel like that's something I have to keep my daughter away from, because she already has, like her daddy, far too many lines and lanes that she's in right now. I know, that's what I'm saying. See, everybody always, but the capacity, what they choose, that's where our free will comes into play. That's where, you know? I don't think that's true, Yimbo. Sorry. That's okay. But see, that's what I'm trying to do, guys. I'm trying to keep that shine. We all looked at each other one way. One of the things that helped me think about this is it was a conversation once on a podcast. It was, you know, I was scrolling. It was in the TikTok thing, blah, blah, blah. But it was a clip of some random podcast. And the guy was questioning, like, so the people in jails now, right? The serial killers that are locked behind bars. They all started in an elementary school. Like every single one of us at one point was in an elementary school. So what happened? A lot of that hatred stuff, like, those things are taught. You know, those are imposed upon, those viewpoints. I don't know. And yeah, I know, man. And that's the thing. But like I said, rather than lash out, rather than try to now, again, this is why, you know, we Toy Daddies and I, we haven't had the rocket ship, strapped to our backs when it comes to YouTube growth, because this is what we talk about. This is try to remind me not to do this, not to be these guttural quick reactions. Repaz, I don't believe everyone has a capacity. Some people are just born awful and stay that way. But that's what I'm trying to say. If you go into it hoping and believing that there's that capacity somewhere in there. I mean, like, how many stories and movies do we have where that character who's been terrible the whole time and then makes that big sacrifice, that one moment? Like, maybe it comes down to one moment, but it's in there somewhere, you know? People who need plastic. Gotcha. I'm not trying to answer these questions impulsively. Yeah. Free will is an illusion. Look at you, Josh. Girls, I don't feel the same way, but I love what I love about using these Superman-like qualities. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Again, I can't say that, obviously my parents had a huge role in shaping my values and who I am, but so my parents, the heroes, the movies, the comic books that I grew up, like these all are morality tales, and they all helped shape, I'd like to think, a part of who I am, and again, like, I have to plan a Cub Scout meeting on Wednesday, and I think that stuff is really important too. Again, like the qualities that they are taught, the trustworthiness, kindness, thrifty, maybe not so much. Let's see. They may have some of those kids were disturbed. Well, then you get into Dexter. I know. Makes me nervous. Bubble burst scenario. Some babies just want to watch the world burn. Darth Vader. All right, guys. I feel it. I know. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. Story at the end of the day, most of the time, the villain is just a villain. I know, but that's what I'm hoping for, that we all have this capacity. I know all of you, like, to some level, whether it's through the chat, whether it's getting the chat in the DMs, and then, or they're getting to hang out and meet each other. Like, I don't know, I could tell you guys are all wonderful. Like, there's just that, my spider sense, like, I feel that. There are good people out in the world doing even far better good than what we try to do, that are actively hands-on, in rough parts of the world, doing their best to help and care for people. Oh, thanks, Kev. That's why I just want to share it with you guys too, Superman is deep down my favorite. Dude, you know what? And I went through my stretch where, I've said it before, like, I started as a Leo fan, sticking to, like, the Turtles, and I went through my 20s and even 30s again, when you start becoming jaded about things and quicker to react and and there was that stretch of time I was really relating to Raph, going back to other characters, the Hulk. Speaking of, like, I made that joke with my wife, so quick to, like, fly off the handle about stuff. And yeah, like, now at this phase of my life, I've circled all the way back around to the Leonardos, to the Supermans, to the Captain Americas, and just, it's just, it all connects to that hope, it's that hope for a brighter future for all of us. Let's see. Always saw him not for the power, just for the resilience, and to be good, uncompromisingly good. Yeah, man. Kiwi Donnie all the way. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. Cincy John walks in, sees reality talk. Boy, this anti-robot stuff is taking a dark turn. It's not anti-robot. Don't worry, Cincy John. Thanks for being here, man. Found out my stairs were flying as a toddler. Yeah, buddy. I did that too. I've shared pictures on the Instagram in the past on some of these birthdays, where, I'm rocking my costume, and one of them, I wonder if it's loaded up in my, this is the stuff I wish I had pre-planned for. It's probably not here. Let's see. No, it's not going to be on here. Rats. Okay. But there is a picture of little me, like rocking my Superman costume, and you can see it's probably it's steps going up to the back kitchen at my childhood home. And I can't tell you how many times I would leap off of what would probably be, what, 4 or 5 stairs, but what felt like an eternity at the fall. Side 9, what do you say? Thank you for being a bright and positive influence in a society and world that has become so negative. It is very uplifting. Very uplifting. That's really great to hear. And I need this stuff too, guys. Like, that's why, like, I'm so amped for the Superman movie. It's the same thing, like, with, and I said it the other day, but, like, No Way Home. Like, having that Spider-Man and having him, about to clock Green Goblin and that whole, like, that I needed in that moment. And again, to, like, rise above those. And it's hard. And then, like I said, it's circumstantial, like, I'm fortunate to be able to hold these beliefs and, because circumstances are tough. Again, Batman 2. So Batman, Superman, Spidey. Right, my top 3. I've said it before. Very basic, but those are my guys. Grumps shared out, and if you don't follow Grumps, he's awesome. But Grumps shared out a reel about Batman, and it was this guy who it was a take I hadn't heard before, but instantly went, yup. And it was talking about like his trauma, because that's something I've learned about, throughout my life, in the last, like I said, last 5 to 10 years, and just becoming more knowledgeable. Not that I'm an expert, just things that you pick up and perspectives you hear and the research that's being done. But like how that's so ingrained and wired into you, like when we have these traumatic events, for whatever level they are as children, they just, even as a dad, I remember like, wow, like, I think I did come to that really where a light bulb went off when I went, how many of all of our issues stem from childhood? Like, all of them. Like, really? And that was in my, like, treatment of kids and not wanting to, like, dehumanize my own children. And, like my house right now is covered in toys. Like, and I felt bad raising my voice, but not, like, in a mean way, but just, like, guys, like, try to explain, like, I'm sorry for raising, like, but you're making me very frustrated because I've asked for you to please straight up these toys. But, like, my wife and I also don't mind, like, we have this privilege of having these kids, and, like, if their experience is going to be that they grew up in this warm and loving house where they did get to, it's not always gonna be the neatest, but, like, it's their home too, but that was something that, like, hit me when they were infants. And again, it's just like, wow, like, yeah, like, it's up to me to not that, like, and I know I'm going to make mistakes, and there's going to be stuff that when they're 40, and if I'm fortunate enough to be around for them to tell me, or when they're 30, and like, oh man, like, I know I've had these conversations with my parents, like, well, that's like, they don't remember. Like, I have no idea. That was just a Wednesday. I'm like, that really stuck with me. I'm sorry. But, like, those are good. Those are going to be happen because none of us are perfect. But yeah, like, everything just goes back to that. I don't know. I know this is, like, not a toy conversation, but I'm glad you guys are here for it, really. Let's see. Kiwi says, when the mob and the press and the whole world tell you to move, your job is to plant yourself like a tree beside the river of truth and tell the whole world, no, you move. See, like, that stuff, like, I get teary-eyed and, like, the chills. Like, that's the type of idealism that I want to, and that's like what resonates with me. So hell yeah. Oh, I knew it, man, for sure. Slacker Hacker, what's going on, dude? Slacker Hacker, in case you guys, again, he's new to Instagram. If you haven't tracked him down yet, please do so. I'm sure you've seen him in many of our wonderful toy tubing chats. But Slacker Hacker is doing some crazy work right now with Odious Customs. Just getting back to toys, I mean, it's all connected, right? Like, we buy the toys based off of these characters that we love. So let me look up Slacker Hacker real quick. I gotta show him off because this is really cool. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. So maybe my goofy idea of giving you guys one of my old group projects for middle school. I won't. God, but I still, if you guys have names for your own, like Josh Brown, I said Brownsville. I just like did very. It's there. It wasn't necessarily It was not creative. It's just a place already. All right, but Slacker Hacker, check this out, man. Look at his awesome work. That's amazing. I didn't even get to like it yet. Boom. How great. I love it. Speaking of, again, Stone One coming together, the creativity. That is ridiculous too, man. Unbelievable job. Unbelievable job. Oh, it's so awesome. Making that luxurious beard like Wade. So cool. So, yeah, guys, if you don't follow Slacker Hacker, come on, let's help this boy out. Let's get him some extra follows on here tonight. Let's see. Gaijin says, David Cornsweat's voice mannerisms reminds me of Brendan Fraser. Partially because I heard Brendan was considered for the role back in the 90s, 2000s at one point. Yeah. So I've seen a couple of different things. So, of course, you know, like, while most of the stuff I've seen has been positive, of course, there's going to be the people that want to try to find their flaws because it's the internet, and why, you know, let people enjoy the things that they like, right? So it was somebody complaining about that he was all, again, not being in control of his emotions during his conversation with Lois. But we also don't know how far into Supermaning he's been. Obviously, like, if he and Lois are together, maybe for a little bit, but also, as much as I try to talk about emotional intelligence and being in control, like, it's hard sometimes, especially when it's like a core belief. It's something challenging. Like, you do want to scream at the top of your lungs, like, why don't you want to look out for people? like that. It's like, so I totally respect, like, and am interested in seeing where that whole conversation goes. And that I thought that, you know, like, they're like, oh, well, Christopher Reeve or, you know, Henry Cavill, they were so stoic in there. Yeah, but I don't know. If he's going to be passionate about something, wouldn't it be to stop a war and to save lives? People were going to die. So, yeah, like, I feel like that it should be in a moment where you just want to shake someone in, like, what do you mean, right? I don't know. Let's see. Kiwi's the mob in a line behind you. If so, then no. You definitely need to move. You're holding up the line and we're trying to get on the roller coaster. I love it. Ooh, this is so lovely. Friends, I haven't talked to this guy in a little while. This is exciting. Here he is. Too much new toys. What's up, Cody?
Venue, and I'm looking as scrungly as possible. So
you're looking great. How you doing, man? Handsome as ever.
Not bad. How are you? It's been a while. It has been ages, huh?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I got another boop. Oh, we're having a 3-way dance off right now.
Boom! Whoa. Handsome. One at a time.
Oh, this is great. So, Cody, you know what? I meant when I sent you last week's. Was it last week or the month? Like, we had. I mean, we've had other conversations since Mother's Day, of course, but like Mother's Day was one that cracked me up because I had been reminded about the thumbnail I made where I put the no chewing drawing on the baby for the thumbnail. Anyway, it cracked me up. So, Cody, good to see you. And Chewy, hello there. How you doing, man?
Happy Sunday, guys.
Happy Sunday indeed. So, Cody, what are you thinking about all this? What inspired you to jump on this evening?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I missed the last like 10 minutes because I was doing dog duty. The reason I'm in a different like fancier office is I'm watching my sister's dogs.
Oh,
so
okay.
My brother-in-law has a really nice. Look at that cool like Star Wars photo.
Oh, that's nice. I was gonna say, Cody, you're upgraded. You're in like in a bougie little like studio office, but
yeah, you're like where is all his crap?
where are the shelves?
Where's all the plastic?
Did he finally purge his collection?
Yeah. That's the news. That's the news right now. Cody cleared out. He's no longer gonna cover toys. Only I don't know, feet.
Have you ever thought of that? Do you ever look at your collection in horror and you just dream of like getting rid of all of it?
I feel like this is always a talking point when we're together.
That's my Yimbonio. We Thanos snap all the toys away, and you just start from day one and just see how long it takes you to get back to I need to purge again.
It
would kind of be a fun experiment. Like
it would.
I'd watch that. Go ahead, Cody.
And in secret, what we could do, we just rent storage units and put it all in there, so we don't actually give it all up, but we tell people that, so they think we're like noble and amazing. Like, wow.
And that's the big controversy after like 5 years. Like, Paul Cody, he gets rid of all this stuff every like year, and then upon your demise, I don't know why you died in 5 years, but you did. And then
someone buys like the storage unit and they find all my crap.
Yeah, they just see a bunch of like stickers with too much new toys, and then just a ton of toys. It's like 5 storage units, and you're like, holy crap!
Why did this guy have 4 mint in box NECA monster turtles?
I do have that whole line mint in box as well as the one.
All right, so what were you thinking about, my friend? What spurred you into jumping on this evening?
I don't know. I just missed you.
Oh yeah, yes. Well, good.
Fun.
Well, this has been like like I said, like I wanted to get back into a toy swing. I wasn't actually giving anybody homework about making their own Utopia, although I think it's fun. That's why I love building
the attendance and then the homework. I'm like, Yambo. Bro, it's Sunday.
Is there going to be like a term final? Like
nothing like that. Nothing like that.
Just a quiz and like just a hike about your feelings.
Let's see, real quick. I want to catch up on some comments here. Ray Paz and Captain Marvel, the original one from Fawcett Comics, was another great beacon of positivity. I just played the episode of Justice League when Superman is suspicious of Lex Luthor, who's running for president, and Lex has that whole apartment complex thing built, and then Superman's like, there's a timer, I'm gonna go down, and like Shazam is like, whoa, buddy boy, can we just chill out for a second? They had that epic battle. Do you know that episode what I'm talking about? Either of you? No?
It sounds like a Justice League episode, but
it was so good.
I can't place it.
Dude, my son, I ended up stopping the episode because like they were fighting, and my son goes, Daddy, they're destroying all the buildings. I'm like, I know. Like the first thing is they destroy the Lana Luthor Hospital. Like, oh my god, no one was in any of the building, but I was like, Lex was trying to do good for that one time. So anyway, yeah, I'm with Ray, Captain Marvel, Shazam, for sure. Let's see, in line for tacos, Slacker Hack with the thanks, man. The beard is hilarious. What can Brown do for you? There you go. I like that. This is why Wayne's murder scene is so important, because it informs every decision Bruce Wayne makes for the rest of his life. I feel like you can't really do a Batman movie without showing that. Yes. All right. So Grumps is getting me back on track mentally. So guys, I was saying Grumps shared out this reel. This is where the childhood trauma stuff came in, where the guy made the case that it never makes sense for Batman to be able to kill, because he is so psychologically traumatized that even if he had a gun in his hands and like all of the reasons in the world, he is too traumatized to actually ever physically pull the trigger. That's trauma, not like good person stuff, but that's just like...
Depending on the iteration, he definitely leaves people worse than dead, because they're massively brain damaged. They'll never recover.
Right.
They have just like a broken body. Their health insurance bills will be through the roof until they die.
I mean, they have no health insurance. Some of these folks, they're
Ideally, through like his corporate connections, he creates like a criminal's health insurance plan.
That would be
if he's really not a hypocrite.
Right.
Well, we're even going back to Superman. Isn't that was one of the Justice League movies or episodes where Lex finally has the means to save the world with like superpowers, and Superman calls him out and by saying, "You could have saved the world long ago if you wanted to, without the superpowers."
Right.
So same with Batman. If he wanted to continue to do what and I'm pulling from the Nolan universe, but then he wanted to continue on and build up the infrastructure within Gotham, that would have been way more beneficial than driving around in a bat suit, picking off goons one by one.
Yeah, I mean that But at least there are at least some level of Wayne libraries and hospitals and buildings out there that they did try to do good within the city.
True.
There's some people out there in real life that have, the UN came up with $6 billion to solve world hunger. There's people that have that to spare.
That is pretty insane. Because even let's say if it was like 10 billion, 100 billion, that's still like literally nothing.
Right. I know.
It's silly.
I know. Oh, Batman is my favorite for Ray Paz, but Batman has a motive. Superman just does good for the purpose of making the world a better place. Yeah, that's why I love DC characters more than Marvel's. I mean, I've always grown up, I've said this before, a DC. Like, DC, Marvel has been a later in life thing, and I really like the street level stories and Spider-Man, obviously, but like I always loved those mythological aspects and those storytellings. Cal's excited for you, Cody. Let's see. Yimbo, put some glasses on.
That's right. Sunday. You gotta wear glasses.
Yeah, the glasses club. Come on. Do you wear glasses normally?
I have reading glasses now.
Are you just like you're just like squinting and that's why you're like, okay, chat?
No, I actually.
That's why he does these super chats, or when people enter the room, he's just like 20 minutes later, you get an angry phone call from Pride Machi being like, "I've been here, bro." What?
Yeah.
He's not even sure who he's talking to right now. He just sees like a fuzzy blob.
No, the secret for me is with electronically, I'm just like I boost all the font sizes. Everything is enlarged. I remember that was like a sad day where I'm like, I'm getting older. I'm like, I can't just use default size.
That's a pretty strong indicator you've gotten older if you're using the old person enlarged font option.
Yeah. Trix Blast is saying hi to you too.
Hey,
What's up, Trix?
1 year is my guess, Cody. Let's see.
1 year.
What?
Oh, was this about the 5 years alive? Oh, Ray, you gave him only 1 year. I don't know what happened to Cody 1 year from now.
Build the collection back, or
No, your demise. Your demise. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's hurtful.
That'd be cool though. I do wonder about that though, like how long it would take to build back.
Well, it depends. If you sold your entire collection for a big bag of money, and then you had that big bag of money to spend on the things that you are intrinsically trained and used to buying, fairly quickly, it would be like, less than a year, you'd have a lot of plastic around your body.
I would think so.
Like, say someone came up to you, Cody, and said, your entire collection, I love it, I'm a big fan, $14,000.
Oh yeah, totally.
And then you use that $14,000 to go on like Big Bad and Bombas B, and you're like, oh, click, 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 click.
I don't really. I know it sounds ridiculous because it's like I only buy the stuff that comes out, and that's like every month it's like 100 things. Like there was a time early on where like you would scour eBay to like find cool stuff to get or whatever, but I don't really do that anymore. So it's just pretty much all like new upcoming stuff. So
yeah. Backtracking is tough for the record, at least with some things, right? Like Kazar, he was still sticking around. There's a lot of, like that mafex Batman and Robin, like that's been around forever. But I was looking for the mask from Mezco, and it's like, that's just gone. Like, because it's like, it's not gone. It's on the aftermarket, but not where I'm willing to pay for it.
You had
I was seeing some cool,
$14,000.
like, clothes for him and whatnot. I think like 5K was doing or whatnot.
Yeah, Kai Labs. That's what got me into like, damn it. I should have never passed. I forget. Again, that's
how much was the mask when it came out?
Not
probably
much,
112, I think.
Yeah.
112. That's a steal. I mean, compared to what I forget his Frogman,
Woodward's?
who was like Woodward for 150. 112 is like you can't afford not to get it.
I know. And you know what, Diggs?
I don't want to lose money on this deal.
Diggs had sent me the link to Mike's Toys and stuff, and I waffled. I pulled a no chewing, and
Whoa. Yeah. Don't.
You're the waffler.
Even back to your Utopia of Gambonia, I was like, I can't even have the mental fortitude to create like even like a small city or township. I just have one restaurant. It's a Waffle House, and then
Yeah.
I do my best to try to keep that in mind.
Is it like the Waffle House, or your own like version of a Waffle House, or are you doing like the chain?
No, this is a separate one. I'm not paying franchise fees.
Isn't Waffle House like a pretty like pop-in crazy place? I hear we don't have Waffle House out here.
Yeah, no.
So I hear like if you go to Waffle House, you're looking for trouble.
Yeah.
So what is it about the Waffle House experience that you're trying to recreate?
No, it's just the notion of it's a restaurant where people just can't decide. Is my Waffle House.
So so Chewy is this just gonna live in the Laserverse? Is it gonna be like that's where all the town folk from Dairy Farm like go to? Yeah,
it's between Yambonia and Laserville.
Ooh, it's like on Route 66, right?
Exactly that. Like, sometimes I don't even show up on Google Maps. It's just you drive
a hole in the wall diner.
At the Waffle House.
I like it.
I'm there when you need it, and you're in the middle, and you're like really thirsty, really hungry. Like, oh, maybe there, but it's a mistake. You'll never leave.
It's a mistake.
By the way, Ray Paz would never wish that on you, Cody. He thinks you're great, so don't worry.
Very kind. Very kind.
Gaijin says, Yimbo's not at the old man point where he ends his sentences, messages with an ellipsis. That's true. Ray Paz, Waffle House ain't that great. I've been to a few. It's whack, nor is Crackle Power.
No, I'm not advising people to actually go to a Waffle House. Please, I care about most of you.
It's the Chewy.
Right?
It's Chewy's Waffle House.
Just don't go after I suspect you shouldn't be in a Waffle House after about 10 p.m. Otherwise, you are in fact looking for some trouble. And if you are going for the trouble, I'm not even judging you. I'm just
I picture it like a 50s diner. I love that. I love that for you. Ooh, this makes me so happy. Oh my God, Chewy, I have to get them one of these for you. So my children, their birthday presents, from my wifey. Check this out, a retro diner.
Oh, nice!
Cool.
With waffles.
Well, so wait, I need this
you
now.
can build your own Waffle House set.
Yes, hold on. Here we go. So this is Five Below, as you guys all know. I had not seen these. My wife, this was like new to me, baby. Look at how freaking cool.
What's the black piece next to the little jukebox?
Here, we'll go big screen here. We'll go big screen with it. Boop. Okay. Oh wait, that's not big screen. There we go. There we are. So.
Is it like a stove griddle?
It's the waffle maker. It's a waffle
maker. Okay.
So
that's the best part when you go to like a hotel and they have make your own waffles.
Yes, yeah.
And look at the Cinnabon.
Are you ever a jerk and you start to like combine all these elements into the waffle? Like I'm gonna make chocolate chip blueberry waffles right now, and you just like toss in the cup and.
Nah, I'm very like rule polite follower.
Honestly,
maybe if nobody was in there,
you
like
messed it up. Yeah.
If there was at all a line, no. But if it was like just me fooling around, maybe.
I tend to.
But I think blueberries how do we feel about blueberries in waffles? I think they just become you're eating the waffle and you get to the blueberry and it's just like a burning ball of this was a mistake.
That depends if it stays intact. Otherwise it just like pops when you cook it.
Yeah, ideally.
Yeah. Fair enough.
All right,
yes, but back to the list. I do want this.
All right, I'm gonna have to run to the store and get now one for you too, and because I have the other thing, the barbecue. So now this will give me and Grievous. So I have some stuff to send you, Chewy. But yeah, that is like based on this, especially if you're really considering making the Chewy's Waffle House for like your dioramas. Like
I've already cut some foam. I just haven't. I've done like 10 minutes worth of planning of something that will take me like 20 to 30 hours.
And then look at this one. This is new to me too. Picnic party. So
man, that's crazy. What company is it that makes these again?
Teeny Tinies. I don't.
You can only find it's Five Below. You can
It's
find these exclusively at
right.
Below.
RMS International. But yeah. So like I've passed like every once in a while, but like I'm happy my wife grabbed these two. I have
You never
literally.
know when you need a bowl of hummus for your shop.
That's what I'm saying.
Pull it together.
I need to.
I like this bougie picnic that comes with a hummus, but nothing to dip it in.
You gotta rip off a little piece of that baguette. No, that doesn't make sense.
No, you're right. You could. No, I'm with you.
Well,
fine.
it's also weird because like you have like
the chips. You got a bag of chips.
Like who's out there
chips.
making like a PB&J with a baguette? You know what kind of?
Yeah, that's true.
It's a bougie one. I mean, you brought homemade lemonade.
Right.
That's true. There is like a meat charcuterie board. So
Yeah.
You brought deviled eggs.
Watermelon and hummus. There we go. Let's see.
There's chips. I mean, you could do the chips.
The chips, yeah. Ray Paz, what if no chewing has a restaurant where you can't chew? Josh Brown said Waffle has hit the spot a couple times.
Choking insurance is going to be through the roof.
Back in my day. Chewing's Waffle House has a wrestling ring in the middle, eggs, entertainment, and entropy.
Yeah, that's not bad because that could be like one of the doors. You know, it says like broom closet, but behind it, it's a fight club.
There you go. Waffle smoothies, bacon smoothie. Customers can't chew if their teeth. Yeah, if they knock each other's teeth out. Apper Twist says those $5 sets are amazing. $5 for the set. Yep, that's all it is. I mean, it's wonderful. Oh damn, it's a food fight restaurant. Yep. I almost got the portable popcorn car. I have that. That set is awesome. Again, I have so many. I have a whole takeout tray of all this stuff. That's what I'd like need to just do things with them. Chew on this. That could be the name of the restaurant.
Okay.
Battlegrounds.
No, chew on this is the food challenge. You know, it's like that 72-ounce steak.
Oh, nice. There we go.
Have either of you ever done one of those?
I've always wanted to.
I did one.
Why would you want to? That sounds terrible.
It sounds so fun. Like do like a.
No, it sounds like you would have like a normal meal, and then you would realize this was a mistake.
I did one food eating challenge once. All right, so there was.
Yeah, I was like 20 minutes in. I'm like, I've made terrible decisions in my life.
It was called Kingburg? No. What was the name of the place? It wasn't Smash Burger, because those are great. There was a place that had the Triple King.
Ooh.
The Triple King Challenge. So I had to get the King Burger. It's at this burger place that is no longer, RIP. But they had really great burgers. And the Triple King, which was 3 patties. It was just shy of 2 pounds of meat.
Ooh.
Like maybe 1 3/4 pounds of meat, but in the burger form. And all it did, I still had to buy it. And if you ate it, you just got your picture on the wall. That was it, and you got a T-shirt.
But you didn't get like a refund at least, or?
Yeah. So my buddy and I did it.
Oh wait, did you still have to pay for it?
Oh yeah. No, I saw it. It wasn't like a free. It wasn't like one of those like challenges where whatever. So no, it was just I got a T-shirt and our picture, a Polaroid went up on the wall of the two of us. And we did it, and we were really proud of ourselves. And then we went to Target for a toy hunt. And I swear to you, I remember like all of a sudden the world turned slow motion. And I like, are you feeling okay? like it goes,
the meat sweats.
Yeah, I think all of our digestion, like all of our body focused on digestion. It was awful. It was awful, but then it was the best.
How quickly after that were you like, I gotta find the nearest bathroom? We have a problem.
Oh God, it wasn't enough where it's a core memory, fortunately, but we went to Target, and then I think we saw a movie. I couldn't even tell you what movie it was.
Do you remember the toys you bought that day?
No, because that was at the phase where the toy aisle at Target was right when you walked in. Did you guys ever remember that?
No.
No?
I would walk in and it was again still. Oh my god, this is bringing back memories of that at least being different.
Must be a
But
German.
How convenient would that be, though?
it was
You don't
just
have to
right
wander
there.
around the whole store like a fool. You can just
Yes!
walk in and out when it's not there.
It was amazing. Like I agree. Like literally, bing bang boom.
They're probably tired of seeing grown men just like circle it. Oh, nothing. Whoop, right back out.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you're right. That would save the shame, the walk of shame. I think it was around it was 2005. I don't even know what movies were. I don't know. I remember there being like, this is cool stuff, but they didn't buy anything.
Speaking of utopias, does your Target have those annoying people trying to sell you cell phone plans?
Oh yeah,
Like
My Walmart
in the nerd section to be like, hey,
Yep.
hey, come over here. What phone plan do you have? Seriously, fuck off.
it's
people.
like you're in like
In my
Metal Gear
Utopia,
Solid,
they
and you can
don't
see the enemy's like warning perimeter, and the second you step across, their eyes light up, and they're like, "Hey, what's your phone carrier, buddy?"
I was in the like the boys action figure section, and they could see me, but they're like 20, 30 feet away. I'm like, they yelled out to me. I'm like, seriously, man, I don't want to talk.
Yeah, I know.
Like, this is weird. I don't want to do this.
You're in a store to buy things. Like the whole store is designed like it's not a mall. It drives me crazy. Sorry for everybody out there is like happens to be listening and it has that job. I know you probably feel that way. Like that is like, what am I doing here?
It's the worst. And honestly, all the stuff in that section, I would love them to do an analysis of how much they don't move any of that stuff now because you have these two people that are just harassing people.
I do the perimeter. I will go out of my way and walk extra steps to lap around.
I might start doing the thing I used to do in Boston when I used to walk the streets. I didn't want to talk to anybody and just have AirPods in my ear without having any music going. I just had them in so I could pretend like, oh, I can't hear you.
Yeah. Sometimes I do enjoy just either you're like, I'm good, but you never stop walking, or like they're like, how are you? And you're like, I'm good.
Last time I
reply to them.
Last time it happened because it happens all the time. You have to imagine like I'm in my Target like at least once a week. The last time I just said no. Hey, what phone lines do you have? No. I just kept walking. You told me it's a full sentence.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a complete thought. It's a full sentence. Seth giving a grin of no chewing allowed. That's another good one too.
Man, that is actually a cookie shop in real life that they must really dislike me because I took no chewing on
no chew. That's such a weird name for like a food thing though to actually use.
I think it's a chain too. But yeah. They're my nemesis if I was in the cookie business.
Guy just says, I want to do a pizza eating challenge. I would have nailed it in my younger years. Yeah, like, oh, Fat Burger. Thank you. Undead Werewolf Gene. Yes, it is Fat Burger. Yes. That's awesome. Yeah, Fat Burger with the Triple King.
Let's go. There's probably pictures of the Fat Burger challenge.
The Triple King. Yimbo on the wall.
Triple King.
Fat Burger Triple King challenge.
I mean, it
was over 3 pounds. Over 3 pounds.
That seems well. I guess they took pictures of people. Are you on the website too?
Well, now I'm just on Google Images. Oh my god, this thing was...
There's Fat Burger Canada that has it. I still think that seems doable. That seems
3 pounds.
Like, look.
Here, hold on. Let's see. How's this?
Go.
One? Is it like something like? It's yeah.
Well, I'll put. Can I put links in the chat? Does that allow it?
You can. You could share your screen. I can bring up your screen.
What if I put it? Oh, I can't. I can't put it in the chat. I'll do Instagram.
Cody, you and I, Legion's Con. I'll challenge you. Let's do a food challenge.
Oh, I would. I don't know. I'm an old man, guys. Like, I have something above a 6-ounce steak, and my body's like, hey, that's getting right out of here. Like, that's too much, pal.
Look at that. Oh, Fat
I don't know.
Burger.
I kind of feel like it's almost. That's almost like a regular meal at a lot of places these days. You know?
Yeah. So what is that? Like 3 or 4 patties?
This is
3
how it looks
patties.
all night. No, it's 3 patties. Yeah.
See, look, okay, Yimbo, go to the main results. Go to Fat Burger Canada. I sent the link to you on
Oh, okay.
Instagram.
Okay.
There's a specific picture of a guy. This just seems like that's not a challenge. You know, that's
Fat
entirely
burger, here we go.
doable. Like that's too much food to eat, but that's not like.
Oh, I see. Okay, here
It's
we
not
go.
a crazy amount. Like it doesn't look that much bigger than
It's just like it's like an extra patty. You know, see, like that.
It's bigger than his iPhone 4.
That could even be a young you. That could be your picture. That could be you.
Wait, is that Yimbo? I
That
swear
is
you
not-
have that T-shirt.
That is not me. Actually,
Look at
probably.
look at the wide eyes.
I think I do have this.
In the
Oh
chat.
my god.
Is this Yimbo? Yimbo, and look at your little phone.
That phone
That's
is
to be the-
tiny. That is a tiny little phone.
I just remembered. I have this.
It's wider than your hand.
I bet I still have this picture on the Facebook.
This is the Facebook.
Yes.
So old.
2005, dude, on the
Hey,
Facebook.
when is the anniversary? We should do this.
That would be.
We should do this live. Just like get Fat Burger takeout and like go live on a Sunday night. Eat 3 pounds of beef.
That would.
That's what
I
the
mean,
people want.
oh come on! Here's this Fat Burger. Where is it? Oh my god. Where is it? Where is it? It's gotta be. I have it.
Oh my.
Yes.
Let's see. Get ready to judge this burger, chat. If this was a feat of strength.
Well, you guys are making me think it's not that impressive anymore, but I'm still impressed. But
I'm open-minded to see. Maybe Canada is just weak and they don't go all the way like America does.
You
I
care
think
about your health.
I think you guys are gonna laugh more at like the actual.
It's 3/4 pounder patty. So it's
What's
still
the
just
over
like,
under?
wow.
Yimbo has like a puka shell necklace.
Oh my god! I can say it's 0. It's a guarantee that. Yeah.
Oh, it might be on under the shirt. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, that's a regular hamburger.
That's the same guy.
It is very, very similar to that other picture.
Right.
Look at fancy Yimbo. Why are you in a Fat Burger with like a white collared
Because
shirt like this?
so this was on. I've told you guys. So like we had Optimum Online. If you had the triple play, they gave you a card, and that card would get you a free movie every Tuesday. So my buddy Mike and I would go and have dinner. We'd usually get a Fat Burger, and then we'd go to Target and Toy Hunt, and there was also a Toys R Us and a Best Buy, and I would buy and I was living at home, so like this is what I would go and spend my money on that week, and I would buy new toys at Toys R Us and Target.
I'll be honest, hands down, I keep looking at this burger and I'm like, Yimbo, you I wouldn't even taken your photo.
Well,
Yeah, that's not a challenge burger. Are you sure this is the challenge burger or this is just the
that's the
regular
challenge burger.
Or did they
come
size
on.
you up and they're like, just no, give him like the
It's
triple, the
so
triple
look, they
patty.
really wrapped it up. Like you had to peel
No,
back. It
that's
was
still look a challenge burger. A challenge burger should at least be like the size of your whole head, minimum.
Yeah.
You know.
It at least like it at least needs like a wooden stake to keep it all together.
Mm-hmm.
no, I never had frosted tips, Josh. I never did. No. Canadians, we have free healthcare. We fear nothing. I don't think any of them will get halfway through. Here we go.
wait, hold on.
Does the Fat Burger Challenge come with a defibrillator?
Right
I'm
past.
both hungry.
Wait, no, go right past. Yimbo got the kid challenge burger.
Oh, they're like, that's why they didn't pay you. That's why they didn't refund you money. They just took a picture. Like, good job, kid.
I think you just bought a T-shirt with the burger. Like they just
Oh my
upsold
god. Oh boy. All right, hang on a second. So the guy did that to me at Walmart. Told him right into my anxiety went through the roof. So the cookie business wants you to swallow instead. What? Oh yeah. So right. Yes. Tomorrow night is a Batman pose off. We're super excited. My basement has not recovered from the Star Wars pose off. So now I have to take down all of my Batmen, but it's gonna be worth it because we'll have a lot of fun.
That's a sick Batman.
That's the mafex one, right?
Is that the new Batman? That's
No,
kind of absolute Batman.
It looks it, but no, this is just the black and gray version of
this.
That one.
Yeah, like the big bat symbol. I guess that's been a thing that's the Dark Knight.
Yep.
I've heard good things about Absolute Batman. Have you read it, Cody?
Absolute Bat. I've read up to I think issue 7. It is very good.
Okay.
But for me, it's also fun when you have comics. Like, I really like when comics have the freedom to just tell whatever kind of story they want.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just fun to have like a new take on a character and they just go for it.
Yeah.
Because when they're trapped in continuity and it's like, oh, it's just fun if you let someone go wild.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that for sure. That's why I like, what if stories, Marvel Zombies, Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. All those are great. All right. Yeah, we do have to have something. Cody, are you? Your thoughts on Legion's Con? I know this already came up, but like, is that still a thing that maybe this year coming out?
Possible. When is Legion's Con?
November. It's a holiday weekend.
It could work. But will I be allowed in with no Mythic Legions?
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like they would detect. They'd have some kind of detector, and then they would like pick me up by the seat of my pants and just toss me out.
Nope, it's all good.
No, there's only one person on their staff that would be big enough to do that, and he's pretty nice.
Yeah,
he happens to be like 7 feet tall, but he's really nice.
he's the best. Love Greg. Let's see. 2000 Yambo listed up Blink-182 and Smash Mouth. Yes, you are correct. Looks so innocent before the world and toys left him jaded. I told you I was that. Slowly after that, you started the Raphael turn. Oh, and then
that one burger was too much for him, and he became turned him dark.
Yeah. Gene says, hope someone brings the amazing Yamaguchi Arkham Batman to the pose off. Oh, yeah.
So I have 4 Batmen that I'm bringing. It's the Batman you just saw, the Dark Knight. I got Hush Batman, still in a box, but ready to go. Mm-hmm. Amazing Yamaguchi. And my most disappointing Batman, the SH Figure Arts Flashpoint Batman.
Oh, that's right. And I have that, I'll be able to compare him to the Battinson SHF. Yeah, so I'll have an SHF to bring, a couple of different mafexes, bunch of Mezcos, McFarlanes out the wazoo.
So yeah, we know all of them are Batman McFarlane are.
Obviously, some have gotten way better over time. Mafex and McFarlane. What other Batman? Yeah, so like my SHF is the Battinson one. I think that's all the main brands. Oh, and I do have a NECA. I have the NECA Michael Keaton video game. 89 Batman. That's all purpled out.
And then you have Mezco too.
And then a bunch of Mezco. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to bring Mezco to a knife to a gunfight. We're talking pose off. That's what I'm saying.
No, I know. But no, you know what? That golden age Batman can move. So can the Batfleck one from the 3-pack also is.
I was thinking the Sovereign Knight. All those older ones.
I mean, the Mezco Batmans can move pretty well.
The Keaton Batman?
Oh, man. I should, right? Is that going to be... What if... I still haven't taken him out of the case since I put him in it. Is it the time to check?
I mean, you should at least check the texture.
He's just a metal frame, and it's all just...
Like, all the pits are ripped.
Has that rubber been holding up for folks, or
I don't know?
Some people have shown some real damage. But
were they people who like pose it a lot, or
I would guess
like is it like how like sneakers, if you don't wear them they just disintegrate?
Well,
that's true. If you don't wear them,
this was always never going to be a long-term purchase. Like as soon as remember that night I opened it, I'm like, this is not gonna last. This has no longevity. This reeks
of oils to constantly replenish it.
Maybe
Yimbo sweats.
Ooh, the Yimbo sweats, the magical powers.
Heal Keaton.
I don't have the in art. To all three of us.
Looks really good.
It does look really good, but
I wish we were on the in art list of people.
I know
that figure looks great.
Specifically, the Arkham Asylum one looks super.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the one I'd go for.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
Deathstroke in that line too also looks very good.
I gotta hit up Muff Toys. They just followed me this weekend.
Yeah, they did. Me too.
Yeah, so I want to hit them up and be like, "Hey, I have that Superman. Okay, what's the deal on that Batman?" Give me a hard line to that.
Make them regret that follow.
Instantly. Let's. And Ray, you're absolutely right. Cody, would you want to be on a turtle pose off night? Because that's obviously incoming.
I'd be down. I mean, I do now own the most articulated turtles ever.
Is that what you are going to argue? Is that where you're feeling? 'Cause
we do have a turtle night coming up soon.
These are pretty. They're not the most articulated. What would it be a more articulated turtle?
Well, the Mirage set. Well, the Mezco turtles.
The
Mezco can't be in it because the Mezco have bad.
Oh, the ankles.
That shin is bad. Rebel Tech probably technically, huh?
SH Figure Arts. I was messing around with the. I don't only have one Leo, and that one has toe joints and a little bit of a waist, articulation.
It probably would have to be the Yamaguchi though, for sure.
Yeah,
you have those, Cody?
No, those came around. Like I remember seeing them, but it was an era where I wasn't actively collecting, and just the what if of like imagine getting those for $50,
Yeah.
There we go. So that $14,000 trading value going straight into buying like $250 turtles.
Those ones are hard. Like I don't think those held up good. I hear like the shells on those like yellow, like the plastic.
Oh really? Oh.
Like not like yellow, but like it literally turns yellow because like
on the Revoltex?
Yeah, something they did with them. Yeah, like
come on, CT Toys, get it together.
You know who? Cody, if that was a thing, I know that Toy Mirth had them at his stands at ToyCon. I don't know if he sold them or not, but he's somebody that I know owns them. So that was.
It'd be fun to have one. That's why I'm glad NECA's doing the 2012 ones.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess you're not paying.
Yeah.
True.
I'd be down for a turtle pose night.
Good.
So Jay, our buddy Timothy 1987, he told me the reason I'm a social media failure and my accounts don't do well is because my posing's terrible. And if I could pose good, it would really step it up a notch.
Well, Jay's another one that in terms of a turtle night we should have on. And I don't.
I may be paraphrasing a little bit.
That was hurtful. That's hurtful, Jay. That was hurtful.
He's a terrible person. He's my evil twin.
Yeah. That would be a fun night to have Jay on with you, too.
Yeah, I'd be down.
That would be fun. All right. We're going to, Chewy's been doing our book. He's been booking the guests. This is good.
Yeah, I'll give you the number of my agent, and then you can work out those.
All right.
Nice. We pay in fat burgers. And, one kid's fat burger? Is that enough?
Apertoy, speaking of secondary market, what's reasonable for Gomez of Death, the yellow jumpsuit? I mean, again, reasonable comes down to what you're willing to pay for something, right? I know people have purchased Mezcos up to $400.
Ooh, a single Mezco?
Yeah.
So, I would not be spending more than like $3 on a figure. I mean, honestly, I have a hard time. That's why, like the mask, I won't go for, because it's over. If it has over $2, it's tough.
Also, if it's been pre-owned, if it's complete, it's different. Gomez of Death, that has to be like 5 years old, 6 years old. You start to question how it was kept, and I don't know. I'm not a big proponent of purchasing anything above what the market value was when it was first released, but that's just my own stance, and I love buying new. Otherwise, I just kind of wait around, or if someone I trust has it, then that's a different conversation.
I would say, I mean, unless you specifically wanted the Gomez version, like if you're just looking for you could probably kind of throw your own together. There's going to be that new Bruce Lee figure that's coming out that looks really great, right? The highly articulated one. It's on $5K maybe.
That thing, yeah.
But And I know it's not
Oh,
in the
you
yellow
meant Mezco
jumpsuit.
Bruce Lee. I'm like, what?
No. But if you got something like that, or like, I'm gonna use again. This is for customization purposes, like the Fei Long figure, for instance, from Jada. You then get from GPS slots like the yellow suit, and then you could pop on a Gomez head and just kind of make your own.
Yeah, like little tack. It goes a
Yeah.
long way.
So I'm just saying, like, it depends on how crazy in terms of like, do you want for that, the collection itself, or do you just want a representation in that mold, in that sense. Guy Jin said, I love it. Mafex made an 89 Batman, or if SHF re-released theirs, but I don't know how good that. No, the SHF is terrible. Even the original 89 Keaton one was really, really bad.
The new one, I just think it. There's with SHF, I'm my feelings for this company and what they put out was very mixed. Some of the things that hit really well, like Buzz Lightyear, the figure that got me really into SHF was like, for me, it was like a peak toy they put out. It was a great price, comparably, and it came with a lot of stuff, articulation. It held up, and it was a good height. It matched up with a lot of Marvel Legends and G.I. Joe. But then you get stuff like SHF Batman from the Flash movie, and you're like, this is some weak ass shit.
Yeah.
They must have multiple teams because not all the figures get the same love. Like,
certainly.
Even in the same line, like you can pick one line, and some figure they're like the One Piece Ace, incredible. Other figures in the same line, they're like, yeah, it's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
And you're like, why? Why wouldn't you use the same thing on this? And they're just like, yeah.
And the price points are always all over the place too. It was like some things are like $70, some things are like 130. You're like, hey, this is the same line, right? But
they're a fascinating company.
Mixed feelings, but I would say I would not recommend that Batman by SHF.
Right.
If you're in the mood for a Batman, I know that Hush Batman people talk about all the time. I have it. That thing keeps getting re-released, and usually you can get it for like $90, even that big bad. So pretty accessible.
And I love, and the other one I'll be bringing Mafex wise is the Nightfall Batman. I really like that
beautiful
one
blue.
Ooh, that's a cool one.
Ray Paz, makes a good point. Yeah, we're gonna have to bust out the Fury Toys Turtles.
Fury Toys are really good.
I do have a Loyal Subjects 1, but
Loyal Subjects are pretty good.
And that they Cody had always told me that they got better progressively, but now they're done, right? Like
that's
they're done with the
one
toys.
That's kind of sad. Yeah. They were starting to get really good, and now no more.
Yeah. Let's see. Grump said, I spent some money on Mezco Classic Red Skull and Lone Roach Gomez back in the day. Hey, Lone Roach. Now you could still sell that for a pretty penny, man. Yeah. that's still mythical grail, but that's like when you have something like that, it's like it's a thorn in your
brand new wrapped with the extra head sold for $160. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's $160 for aftermarket Mezco seems pretty good.
Right. Depends on that shipping and handling. If suddenly that shipping $60,
right?
I played some games.
Yeah. Let's see. Ray Paz, I love the anime SHF figs put out. Not all, but most. And the Mafex Hush Batman is one of my favorite figures in general. For sure. That cape is something else. It's a thing of beauty. Speaking of capes, remember my sock cape? I have to give it to Chris now. Toy Father.
Chris, an entire show where we talked about the
it's a little thin.
It's thin, yeah. I mean,
almost like he's wearing like a scarf.
Because it curls.
Like an anime scarf, like the super long, just like.
Yeah.
Because it was probably my heel.
You need a wire in that baby. You need to.
Yeah. Your sock needs wires.
By the way, though, look at how good. That was the updated Mando that I picked up for $30, which was really 22 with. But look at the original one, and then that's what was it called, Chewy? What was this version?
God, I know it's not Manzalore.
That's the one. So Toy Father goes, "Hey guys!" He was so excited. He goes, "I ended up finding Mando, and I just said screw it and bought him." And immediately I knew because I went, "Oh, he bought mine's a Mandalore." And I'm like, Chris, does it have a plastic cape? Like this was the whole conversation we had, sir.
Like 2 hour long show about this, culminating in Nimble buying it. It's Glavis Ringworld.
Yeah, it's just he's so beefy. He has a presence compared to that one, and then when I throw on like the Grogu, the Soft Goods Studio, like this is everything I needed. And now I have more money to, I didn't blow through, which again, I was tempted. Don't get me wrong, but now I have, I can buy another figure. I can.
This is probably one of the better Black Series figures that they put out because it comes pretty complete. The Soft Goods cape comes with the jetpack, the blaster, the vibro knife, the dark saber.
He can't hold the knife though. It's like his hand is just even the dark saber that he comes with.
Skinny.
Yeah, even this hand.
Yeah, I hate when the grip just doesn't work.
Yeah, that's the one thing with Black Series that I wish they would just do it. Multiple hands.
Right.
Like given just a trigger hand and a C grip hand just never made sense to me.
Yeah.
Like no one throws a punch in Star Wars. Like
oh, here's my question for you. So since I'm using my old mafex, like if I have this ability, if I wanted to, do they pop out like normal, like peg wise? Like do they Marvel Legend? Is it very similar to take if I wanted to take those hands out, or no?
I don't see why not.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I've tried pulling the hand out on some Black Series and there's some resistance there and I don't know what's in there.
All right, maybe I should just ask.
Maybe the head sculpts, like trying to pull that helmeted head off. I don't know what's with the peg, but I don't think it's designed to come off.
Oh my god! All right, so part of my toy journey, guys. This figure was also in my initial run of like buying new 6-inch toys and discovering how I always go Cyclops, that Uncanny X-Men with the stripe with the X, like he was one, and then I was like, oh, I'm hooked. I gotta get this Mando, and he came in, and I hated the cape, so I ended up like this was my first custom. This was my first custom thing.
It's really pretty good. It's just the curling.
The curling is terrible.
No, it's very bad.
Although maybe it's hiding. Is the curling also hiding like a really rough sock edge?
I mean, here for.
Can you put it back on your foot so we can see what it looks like as a sock?
I had to snip it. I was trying to snip it to make it look like it's hanging on by a thread. Oh, it's hanging on by a thread now.
Show us from behind. And like stretch the cape out to its full majesty.
It's like the Mandalorian that you'd find in like a random bodega in Europe somewhere.
I mean, if you don't look at the edges, that's actually pretty good.
I thought so. Thank you, Cody.
Oh, you're so nice.
So
that sucks.
So this head, I could not take off for the life of me. And then I had to learn about, like, first of all, that cape, I had to find a blog. There was a blog of somebody doing custom capes that I found. This is how long ago this was. This was literally back in 2020.
Did they advise to use a sock, or that was your own little homebrew?
I think it was. I think they suggested sock, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. I have some crappy old socks. All right.
I mean, granted, for lore, a sock on a Star Wars figure is based in the mythology, the history of Star Wars action figures. So when they were initially creating that line under Kenner, like they were trying to kit bash all these figures together of existing things for the Jawa, like the guy took off his sock and just like cut like a Jawa like robe.
Right.
And so in reality, yes, that is, it's always going to be part of Star Wars history.
Well, then the other aspect that I had to learn was that using heat, Cody, team heat, to get the head off. I was like, why can't I take it? And I was so terrified. And then I was using a hair dryer and like finally got it to pop up. I was terrified, guys, about breaking this figure. And now
just do a good old, you hear that satisfying pop?
That was a good pop.
That snap that's like, maybe I shouldn't do that. You just gotta embrace it.
Well, so this guy represents my first, custom thing, and then using heat on a figure. So I do need to now, like I said, figure out. He'll be the guy that I'll test about feet. I want to see about taking them off and hands. So maybe he'll just be my test Star Wars Black Series body.
Yeah,
but we have people we can ask. I gotta ask. Macho will know.
I mean, haven't you've heated up and pulled off feet, haven't you?
Yeah, feet I have. I mean, so I do think it's probably just a matter of heat, and all of this can be done. Because I would love to use the pegs from the mafex that I have and just throw the wrist pegs in and the feet pegs in.
I mean, yeah, because it's all pegs. Because the reality is, it'd be more expensive for them, even if they don't intend them to be removed necessarily.
Yeah.
It'd be more expensive for them and harder to not have it be a peg. Because otherwise, how do you build it?
Yeah, that's what I would. That's what I would think.
How would you build it and have any kind of mobility? Because the function is still the same. They just don't want to give you extra ones.
Right.
Oh, Valorian.
Thank you, Cody. The toys that made us. That's exactly
right. That's where that story's from. We missed the opportunity to talk to Brian at Toy Fair.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, I would have loved to talk to him about the toys that made us, even off camera. That would have been cool.
Well, we have to follow up. They're aware that that we had some level of contact post Toy Fair, so they're still on that big hardcore push. I will still recommend RoboForce is a great time. And Biker Mice is getting a series pretty soon. That's what I saw Brian. He's talking about
the
it.
Comics their comics they did have been pretty interesting.
Yeah, and again, those figures are so good. The Biker Mice figures are awesome.
And I think the Wild West Cowboys of Moo Mesa are out soon. I have those on pre-order. Actually.
Ooh, and those are tempting too. We've got to see those at the Toy Fair.
Yeah, those have a really good. I think they might be some of the best figures they've ever done because they're doing a hell of a bundle for what you get for. I think they're 35 each or something, and they're packed.
And you know what? That's Brian East has been on record because there are ethical business owners out there, and that while I get it, not everybody is going to eat the tariffs. There are they're gonna eat the tariffs and keeping price points where they are, from what I understand. I'm sure it's as we can,
Here, hot take.
Yeah.
The tariffs are total nonsense. I don't think companies should eat them.
Well, yeah.
Because here's the thing: when companies eat them, they've the prospect of Amazon showing a tariff price, the administration freaked out. Yeah. When Walmart is we're not going to eat them, and the administration is freaking out. No, you should eat them.
Right.
No, why should we eat your so you have a dumb policy that taxes people. You want us to eat it so it hides it.
Right.
Hell no. And I understand it's terrible. It's better as consumers for companies to eat it. But I think all this nonsense ends quicker if they don't. So I think no company should eat tariffs. They should proudly be this is the stupid tariff price. Have fun.
Yeah. I mean, I really like when it's at least told to. That's why I don't mind big bag. It gives us the choice. Is it worth the extra? I know Mondo just had Nightcrawler, right? And that shot up, with the tariffs, whatever. I'd rather it be clear, and then it gives us the opportunity to make this buying decision, and then also choose to get pissed about it. Because
honestly, I think that's the only way. Because if that's saying
because small businesses can't do this.
Should hide the taxes. They should hide the taxes.
Yeah. This is going to continue to this. This is why
don't eat them.
Buy small.
Any company watching this. Don't eat them. Charge that shit.
Yeah.
I don't think that they can. And even Grape has in the chat saying the company would never eat them. None of them will. Bottom line always comes first. I think that there's some truth to that, but also it's never black and white.
I think some retailers are eating them.
See, I'm not even sure about.
They almost have no choice to stay competitive. I've seen some places, the last toy store, or even Big Bad was we're trying to somewhat eat them, but we can't eat them 100%.
Right.
So I understand as a retailer because you got to be competitive. Because if suddenly you're our prices are $10 higher, people are gonna be this other place isn't. But
right.
And there's a lot of to that point, a lot of people. There's a lot of decision makers involved in getting to an end customer at that same price it was in 2024. So it's not just say in this case in the cell. Keeping their, not their ability to absorb it or not, their decision on that. But then once it gets into Walmart, you have to hope that Walmart also decides, hey, we're going to keep that tariff off as well, because it's not just like they're looking at from
there's multiple spots in the chain that all have to like
so many, and no one's thinking it's like, hey, the cow, the Mumesa figures coming out, we're gonna keep them what they were last year. It's really hard to get to that point, so that's why I'm saying it's a lot of gray to get there.
Yeah.
But I also think it'd be hard for we own any company. They say we make up a company, we own a toy. We make toys now, guys. Congrats.
Oh, that'd be so awesome.
We sell it to Walmart. It's a retail price $30 toy. We sell it to Walmart for $10 because they have us over the barrel, basically. Are we going to absorb? All right, that's our cost, $10. We want some sort of margin on that. Probably something healthy. Let's just say 30% margin, healthy. So it costs us $7 to make the toy. Are we really gonna really be like, all right, at this point, we'll absorb the $2.10. We're gonna make 90 cents off this toy. Go for it. We're good.
Millionaires. One example, friend of the show, 9 to 5 Warriors, which you should pull up his latest paints.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he can't just eat the tariffs.
Well, and our friend Greg, Super Action Stuff, same deal. He's been upfront about the different things. When I was called a clown about the tariffs, I wanted to say, why don't you go talk to D13 and tell me that the tariffs aren't an unnecessary burden now placed upon a company? It's small businesses and small companies that are they're the first to go, with this crap. Mm-hmm. And again, what is the purpose? Is the purpose for jobs, or is the purpose for zero tariffs everywhere? What is the purpose? There's no plan.
Is me on the assembly line making your action figure.
Apparently.
That's what you wish for, folks. And you're like, you thought the QC was bad now.
But every once in a while, Cody will go live and you'll still see his thigh. It's okay.
But there we go. That's new paint.
This beautiful pizza man.
These look great. We got to talk with them at Toy Fair, which was awesome.
That's so sick.
Oh, this is great too.
Yeah, Brigadier Bounce.
Nice. Yeah, this is a super fun toy line. I've been waiting for my next trip to Chubsy's to pick some up. Perfect desk figures.
I like that last one a lot. Yeah. What was the name of this one?
I can't remember. It's Bouncy or Bounce, but it's Brigadier Bounce.
The look
at the teeth
is awesome.
Yeah,
he's got a Slimer-esque vibe to him for sure.
Yeah, a rubber band ball that has dynamite wrapped around.
It looks like, is that hand? Can you make a rubber band gun with that hand? Is that what I'm seeing? It looks like there's a slot for the rubber band.
It really does.
I would hope that the tape dispenser figure he has.
That's got to be. I can't remember in the early ones but that's got to be a thing.
Or if this is bouncy, like a rubber band ball, it'd be amazing.
I think I don't know if they could actually where they're at on implementing it, but I think the original idea was to make it have some squish.
So much fun. What a neat line. Oh, so there's.
Oh, that's cool.
Complete.
Like that. Oh, he has the little pizza, separator thing.
Oh yeah. This line is so rad. The pen cap.
I was trying to convince him to make a supersized Chip person. You know how there's it's like that Chip Army character. But instead of having 3-piece, I'm like, why don't you just stack a bunch in the middle and sell that?
Like a whole Pringles can.
Yeah, Pringles can version. It's that'd be amazing. Do that.
That'd be a cool way to do packaging too. They're just in the can and you just
right.
Yeah, if you ever get to a con level exclusive, that'd be dope.
That would be super sick. Yeah, I love Slice Age is so good.
I forgot about this too. The inside at the little table. Table inside a pizza box.
Yeah.
I was seeing, did you guys ever, I've never seen this, but apparently some places used to do a they would bake like a dough ball, so you'd get like a little like
No.
dough breadstick. Like instead of doing like the little stand, it was just like a ball breadstick essentially, like a ball of dough. Apparently that's a thing.
That's awesome. No.
I like that. I do like that though.
Oh man. Well, gentlemen,
Is that time?
it is that time. Yeah, it's that time. I can't be a tired sack of whatever I was last week. It was brutal. It was brutal. I was I couldn't handle life, but I made it through. But yeah, guys, I'm so happy you jumped on.
Yeah, me too. It's always a blast.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So all right, so Cody, right now you have your Super 7 2003 Turtle review up, so people should go check that out. Post haste, right?
Sure. Yeah.
What's the next thing you're working on? What's the next on the stack?
What is coming? I have some other Joy Toy figures coming, like I have the Warhammer ones. Those are pretty. Like I have a 40K Primarch Alpha Legion, and they have a line Age of Sigmar, which is kind of like Warhammer but old timey with like knights and stuff. So I have like a whole wave of those guys.
Man, you went deep. They got you good. That's why I keep avoiding them. They got you good.
118. Like they have enough 118 stuff. And like, did you see the King of Fighters things? Come on.
Yeah, no, I know.
Those look really good. Some of the newer stuff is really appealing. Like, and if there was ever a reason to get into this line, is that April figure. That looks beautiful.
Is fun. I'm telling you. Well, I mean, I guess Yimbo's the I would say like if you get him in hand, you'll be hooked. But Yimbo apparently was not. So Yimbo is the only man ever to resist.
No, I played like when I visited Yimbo, I played with his Joy Toy figs, and I get it. I mean, they're nice. I just they're for me they weren't a line I really wanted to go down.
Think of it this way: I don't think it's been a full year since because I think the Turtles. I think they were announced in like June. I think they came out in like October. So it's not even been a full year since they've been out. There's already 14 Turtles figures out.
I know, that's awesome. So
if like, they literally stopped now, they have like essentially like a full core line.
Yeah, now they can release that second Turtle team.
I hope they do. If they
do,
like
that might take me in. Yeah.
Extra heads, like I don't know.
Yeah. That's Turtles, you know? That's Turtle Toys to a T is that every year that you should have these turtles available in some way, shape, or form, whether they're repaints or variants of some sort, or they completely
did, like,
different
Last Ronin. They could. I don't know how locked down that kind of stuff is, but that would be sick.
That would be neat. So.
Watch. Next, a month from now, they show off like these 2003 inspired turtles. So you're like, damn it.
I'll happily buy them.
You know? Right. Fair.
But yeah, that's all I have coming up, I think.
All right. Well, that sounds good. And then tomorrow night we have our Batman pose session with the TPC top 10, of course. Wednesday we got the Sentinels. So again, thank you to Machu and Jay Shaw for your super chats this evening. Thank you to Grumps for handing out some new. I was about to do the Power Glove again, but some Citizens of Yambonia memberships this evening.
I was gonna say, are you taking that shtick that Charmis did?
I owned it. I said, I'm like, he's
stolen. Shtick is stolen.
I compared it to Kevin Owens. He's using the Stone Cold Stunner. Like I just
what's the statute of limitations on a shtick? You know, it's like he let the copyright.
Oh, see, I had the best burn, and I hate making people feel bad, so I'll save it for after stream.
Fair enough.
See, I'm quick. But sometimes I just have to bite that silver tongue. I have to bite
it. Let's do some healthy plugs along the way. To wrap off the Between Two Sentinels this week, they're going to have the boys from Highly Posable on their show. So catch them out on Wednesday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Other stuff going on with me, at least. Tomorrow I got my box from Nerd Urbani coming in.
Ooh.
So people that are interested in supporting those small independent toy shops, please consider Nerd Urbani, another supportive member of the community. And the Toy Daddies have a discount code. So
yeah, we do. Oh, I got a message them to
Toy Daddies will get you 10% off.
Nice. Love a good code.
And then we got blockies coming in as always. So tomorrow the Defender Series 3 arrives at my doorstep, so I'll be playing with those.
That's Transformers still?
Yeah, non-transforming Transformers.
Hey, I love them. How many blockies do you have at this point?
Oh, I showed the
So
boys.
many.
I'll say the thing. I've been
Because you get like you don't. Are they blind boxes?
They are some are in that style.
But you either way you get like the full pack, so you'd get.
Yeah, if you buy the case, you get all of them, and you can guarantee that. But
yeah.
Then they have some special rare ones. But the ones with like light up eyes and stuff, there's no mystery. You can buy.
No, yeah, I've seen like at like Walmart they have just like it's just like here's Optimus or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. So at this point, I just recently organized all my blockies, and I had, I think it was like 18 like full complete like, because they come in like those bigger boxes. I had like 18 of those underneath my desk.
A lot.
Yeah, that's more than me. I have 4.
How do they
big boys.
how do they do their light up eyes? Because Joy Toy has found a way. They have a set of Warhammer figures coming out where they have the headlights. They're touch. You don't need a magnet.
Shake, shake, shake.
Shake it?
Jiggle, jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle, baby. Jiggle, jiggle.
Because like, does Blockies do like a magnet thing, or is it?
Nope. Just tap the chest.
What is this? What world are we living in where we're free of magnets?
I know. It's amazing.
Is it still like the button battery?
So.
Or that's
That's a neck peg that glows. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's Well, let me see if I can rip off the chest real quick.
Chill out, man. That's a special one. Special edition.
Yeah, that's true. This is an exclusive.
Ray Paz, thank you for being here as we wind down right now. As always, man, thank you so much. Guy Jin, appreciate it, man. Long live your bone. That's what I'm talking about. More figs. Good to see you again. Join in tomorrow night. That's going to be a lot of fun. Slacker Hack will be there, my man. But yeah, you popping that bad boy off?
I can't get to it, but inside you can take it apart with this screw right here. I'm pretty sure it's just a button cell inside.
But it's touch activated.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought you had to shake it. I've been shaking it the whole time like a knucklehead. I can't believe I could just tap it.
You would.
I'm like, wait, I posed them up. How do I do this now? Oh, shake, 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 balance.
Outcast taught me to shake it like a Polaroid picture, and
That's
I just
amazing.
thought Blockies was the same way.
Oh my goodness.
No, Toy Father actually told me. Let's tap it.
That's
that makes so
cool.
much more sense.
Because that's the one thing like with like my Heat Boy stuff or whatever. It's like you have to like take your little magnet around and touch them on. If you could just be like boop and like work out the battery that way, well, what a time to be alive.
Yeah,
That's
and then
true.
people have been. You're able to customize it. So this little piece, if you have enough of them, they come in different colors.
Oh,
So
that's
people
just like a
can,
little bit of plastic over the light.
Yeah, it's a piece that you just insert that's transparent, and some people have put
That's
like
cool.
red and green ones in there so you can modify them. So like if
That's
I want like
cool.
an evil Bumblebee,
And that's
good idea.
that's such a fantastic Bumblebee design.
Yeah.
I love that Bumblebee.
yeah, it's like little and like I think at most people have paid like $20 for it, but if you find it in like a Walmart, most people get it for like 12.
How tall is that guy?
4 inches?
Maybe
Oh.
3.5.
He'd go well with the Joy Toy Turtles, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna
he
say
would.
it kind of seems like
So-
you need some Joy Toy to go with him.
Yeah.
comparably.
I know, they're neat. They're neat.
That's super cool.
But yeah, so I've been with them since last summer, so I have a lot of blockies.
It's a good time. They're always a good time. Just like you guys, you're always a good time. So thank you so much, gentlemen, for hanging out. Everybody, I hope you have an excellent rest of your weekends. You fool!
Machu took a break from his video game sessions to say that.
Yes, he
an honor.
did.
He
I
won't come
appreciate it,
tomorrow
sir.
night, but what an honor.
And have a wonderful start to your week, everybody. We'll see you over at the TPC for some Batman posing in the top 10. Go watch Cody's Super 7 video. And I'm going to do some Toy Daddy music. Bye, guys.
TPC and Toy Daddies. TPC and Toy Daddies.
Toy Daddies unite, let's celebrate. Top 10 photos that make us salivate. Through the camera's eye, see the stories told. Loving toys forever, young hearts bold.